Demographic transition is a process of change in a society's population, often following the development of countries from less developed to more developed. Using the birth and death rates, you could see how they affect the rate of natural increase over time. Stage 1 starts with very high birth and death rates and a stable NIR. No countries are currently in Stage 1. Stage 2 consists of transitional countries that experience rapid population growth, such as countries in sub-Saharan Africa. In Stage 3, growth rates begin to decline, such as in China and Mexico. In Stage 4, there is low growth with low birth and death rates, often seen in developed countries like in the US and Europe. A possible Stage 5 suggests increasing death rates and low birth rates, producing a negative NIR, such as in Russia.
Population pyramids are used to show a place's population structure. The youngest age groups are at the base of the pyramid and the older groups are at the top. The length of the bar represents the percentage of the total population in corresponding age group. There are 4 types of diseases. Vector diseases need an immediate host, for example, a mosquito or a worm. Non-vector diseases are diseases with direct transmissions, such as
cholera
outbreak in London. Chronic disease is cancer or heart disease, and it's the leading killer in the West. And genetic disease lies in your chromosomes, or it's inherited, for example, lactose intolerance.
In 1974, a United Nations meeting was held in Bucharest, Romania. The world was in the middle of the Cold War. Problems the delegates addressed were global hunger and relocation. China wants to increase its population, and the Soviets are against population restriction because they needed to replenish their population. In 1984, the UN meeting was in Mexico City. The Green Revolution was taking effect, and it was narrowing the global food gap. China realized that they couldn't sustain their growth, so they started moving to more restrictive policies. In 1994, a third UN population meeting was held in Cairo, Egypt. A way to educate the masses was the controversial Cairo strategy. This plan was to teach sex ed in schools. Religious countries heavily opposed this. Many Muslim and Christian countries were among these. Pro-natalist is expansive policies that encourage large families. An example is France offers tax incentives for having larger families. Anti-natalist is restrictive policies that discourage population growth. An example is China's one-child policy. Eugenic policies favor one racial and religious sect over another. An example is Nazi Germany or Japan.
Economic indicators tell how well a country's economy is performing. These include GDP, the total value of all goods and services made within a country, as well as GNP, the total value of goods produced by the citizens of the country, regardless of whether they are in its borders or not. Other economic indicators include literacy rates, life expectancy, infant mortality rate, and the standard of living.